Hi kawan, welcome to EDCReady. Today we are looking at the full review of the Kershaw static. Now before we continue, I just want to give a quick shout out to thomas.tools.com.my. Yes, this is a loaner review from them. I had this quite a while because I've been in quarantine and stuff like that. However, if you guys want to know more about Thomas Tools, or if you guys want to know more about this knife and check if it's in stock, do check out the link to thomastools.com.my in the description box down below. So without further ado, this is a Kershaw, and I am going to weigh it right here. We have a little weighing scale which is zeroized. 115 grams, you can see there, 115 grams, which if I'm not mistaken is definitely around 4.1 ounces or so. And let's just take some quick measurements right here. Okay, first of all, let's get the blade stock thickness right here, very important. We have here the blade stock that comes in at about 1.12 inches on my calipers. Mind you, my calipers are not the most accurate calipers in the world. There we go, 1.12 inches. We have a blade thickness of 0.39 inches. We have the blade width of 1.06 inches, so a very tall blade right here. And then we also have the height in the pocket. Let's try to get the thickest part of the knife right here at 1.3 inches. So fantastic. So now let's get into the full review. Let's start from tip to butt as I always do on this channel. We have here a Cleaver blade style. So Cleaver blade style is unlike with other knives that I have, such as you have a nice little drop point here. What else do I got? I have here the Spyderco leaf shaped blade right here. I have a hawkbill right here. Okay, as you can see, the Cleaver style blade kind of gets a little bit wider as you get towards the end. Now this has its pros and cons. One of the pros is that you can use it for any kind of pull cut. That's gonna be very useful. You have this is no straight line here. There's a bunch of belly here, which is great for any kind of rocking cuts, which is very nice. But the other advantage of a Cleaver style blade is that you have a lot of height in the blade, and this is a flat grind. It's very high flat grind, and it maintains, in fact it extends the height of the grind as you get to the tip here. So as a result, you can get a very fine edge at the tip of the blade right here. Now, made in China with 8CR13 MOV steel. 8CR13 MOV steel is definitely still on the budget end of the spectrum. It's not going to hold its edge very long. However, it is going to sharpen quite easily, and it is a stainless steel. So if you definitely live in a world or in a country that's very humid, very hot, 8CR13 MOV steel, not such a bad choice for you, as long as you don't mind sharpening it, as long as you're not the kind of person that maybe uses it every day. This is going to be not a bad knife for you. Now, the disadvantage of a Cleaver style blade is that it does give a lot of height. So there is a trade-off. You get very fine edge right here because of the height of the grind. However, you're going to get it to be very wide in the pocket. So as you put this in, you're gonna have this sticking up at the top of your pocket. It's gonna like eat up the entrance space of your pocket. So yeah, do keep that in mind. Moving back a little bit, you have some nice jimping up here. It provides some good traction. It's not going to eat up your fingers or anything, but it does provide some good traction. It has a little bit of chamfering on the edges right here. Don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, just a little bit of chamfering right there, just to make it a little bit more comfortable in the hand. You do get a very nice and sizable finger choil. This finger choil is also rounded on the inside right here, so it's very comfortable to use in hand. It's not going to cut you up, or it's not going to feel uncomfortable in the hands when you use this finger choil. Couple that with this nice jimping, you definitely get some nice grip right here, and you're definitely going to get a nice utility cutting style kind of blade. Very nice for pull cuts. You have a lot of leverage behind here. Very nice for pull cuts as well. So yeah, that's very good. Moving back a little bit, we have the flipper tab. The flipper tab right here also has a little bit of jimping. Okay, it's rounded at the top, so this is going to be very comfortable inside your pocket. It's not really going to hit up anything, and it has some nice jimping at the flipper tab right here. That is just enough to give you just a little bit of texture, not a lot. It'll give you just a little bit of texture for you to get a little bit more traction when you want to flip this guy, but definitely not one of those. I would consider this a very nice jimping on the flipper tab. It has a lot of depth, and it is rounded as well. Okay, and it does provide a lot better traction. This guy is not bad. is better than no jimping, but I do wish that the jimping would have been a little bit more grippy. Now moving back a little bit, this is a frame lock, and it does have a stainless, sorry, that's a ceramic ball on the inside, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I can't tell, but there is a detent ball in there. I can't tell if it's ceramic or stainless steel. And it is a frame lock, so frame lock's very nice, very strong lock, great for everyday usage situations. We have here ball bearings, as you can see on the inside. I think if you can see it, yeah, you can just see the cages in there. So it does run on ball bearings, which makes it quite nice in terms of its fall shutting action. This action is a very smooth knife. It's not completely fall shutty, but with a little bit of shake, it can definitely drop very comfortably. Check this out. Now it's kind of stuck there, add a little bit of shake, and it drops nice and comfortably. That's probably that's also a reason. The reason behind that is also because you do get a bit more weight at the tip of the knife here, because it still has a lot of material at the tip, so you can get that nice momentum going for it right there. It also has a nice detent. It doesn't fail to pop in any practical manner. No, in that case I was trying to make it fail. If you try to make it fail, it's gonna fail, but if you use it correctly, it's gonna flip out reliably. You have just enough pop. It's slightly on the weaker side when it comes to detent strength, but it still has a good enough detent for everyday usage, in my opinion. Moving back a little bit, we have here Torx screws here, which are very nice. I do enjoy Torx screws. But if you look at the handle, this is actually a stainless steel handle with a grey PVD coating. And the coating, initially I actually thought this was aluminium, because aluminium tends to have this slightly more slippery kind of texture to it. But after doing some research, I found out that it is in fact stainless steel, so it's going to be nice and strong. But stainless steel is a little bit heavier, and it has this PVD coating, which has proven to be quite strong. Now, to counter the slipperiness of this PVD coating, they've added a lot of texture, and this is a lot of texturing. You have texturing here, 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 and here. It's actually really nice. If you ask me, it's actually quite pleasing. It's quite aesthetic to the eye. You look at this, you have all these nice lines. I kind of like this kind of like futuristic alien Tron-y kind of look, so this one, it works well for me. One thing I don't like is that the insides of the liner is actually quite sharp. Okay, I don't know, there's like the edges here are rounded off, and in fact even the all the texturing here, all the edges here are rounded off as well, so it's not going to be sharp here, but over here it's pretty sharp. It's not going to cut you, but it does feel uncomfortable at times. Sometimes when you're really squeezing down on this, you can kind of feel it kind of digging into your fingers a little bit right there. So I wish that they did do some rounding on the inside here, because they did a bunch of rounding everywhere else, and all the rounding works out pretty well. Moving back a little bit, we have the pocket clip right here. Deep curry pocket clip. Tension is a little bit strong. It will loosen up over time, but tension is a little bit strong. However, I do like the fact that it is a deep carry pocket clip. I'm a deep carry pocket clip kind of guy. It is relatively tall. It does go into the pants quite easily and does come out quite easily, despite the fact that it does not have recessed screws. The screws there, they pop out a little bit. But as long as you're not wearing super thick pants, then it's going to be okay for you. It runs on 2 standoffs right here, and it feels very solid in hand. This guy really feels like it's made to work. Something I would liken this to is that it actually has a lot of the same soul as a CRKT Pilar Large. That's kind of what it feels like, but with a better action. So, in conclusion, oh yeah, one thing I forgot to talk about is that you have this nice little window in there. It's just a design touch, doesn't really have any effect whatsoever. It's just a nice little design touch that you can see right through. So in conclusion, who is this knife for? This knife is for the kind of people that maybe like cleaver style blades, definitely, because cleaver style blades are not for everyone. It's definitely not for me. It's just one of those blades that I understand, like you're gonna get some nice thin edges here, great utility kind of cuts, a lot like this CRKT Pilar, but I can't get over how thick this is in the pocket, because it kind of just stops my hand, or kind of blocks my hand a little bit when I want to get into my pocket. So if you're looking for a better action CRKT Pilar Large, if you're looking for a knife that has a cleaver option, if you're looking for nice ergonomics, or if you're looking for something that has nice handle designs, then this is going to be a good knife for you. If you're the kind of person that size and weight matters to you, this guy is a little bit heavy for its size and definitely very wide for its length. Okay guys, that is the end of the review, super short review, and once again I'd like to thank, where is the tag? Yeah, I want to thank thomasTools.com.my for sending this guy for a review. And you can check out the link in the description down below to get to their website, and of course also to my Patreon page. Okay guys, thank you so much, and as always, stay ready.